You're watching the Frye Show on Rider Nation Station, brought to you by Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods, American Legion Post 323, Founders TV, Eagles Lodge 767, Speckman Automotive, All Glaze Audiology, Rabel's Auto Service, American Manufacturing Solutions, VFW Post 9289, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Guarneri's Pizza, Ogle's Bake Shop, and Schaff Auto Sales.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to this week's edition of the Frye Show. I'm your host, Joe Hurlbert, alongside head coach Bo Frye. And Coach, again, congratulations on the 35-0 win over the Salina Bulldogs on the road last week over at Bulldog Stadium.
Hey, thanks.
It's hard to believe that the regular season is over, and it kind of flew by, so to speak.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at how the Western Buckeye League finished out, and of course, kind of anticipated this at the beginning, how things would shake out. There's probably a couple of games on the Riders' schedule that they'd like to have again, but nonetheless, the Van Wert Cougars and the Wapakoneta Redskins tied for first place in the Western Buckeye League. And I'll tell you what, when you look at the Van Wert Cougars' overall record, the one thing that sticks out to me is that one loss, which was handed to them by the Rough Riders. Followed in second place, St. Mary's and OG tied with 7-2 marks. Shawnee finished third at 5-4, followed by Bath at 4-6, Elida 3-6, Defiance 2-7, Salina 1-8, and Kenton was 0-9 in the Western Buckeye League. Last week's scores, in case you missed them, Van Wert defeated Bath 51-7, Wapakoneta defeated Defiance 27-6, Shawnee and Elida. That was a good ball game. It went in 2 overtimes. Shawnee came away with the win 23-17, and probably a bigger game for Elida, because if they probably would have knocked Shawnee off, that probably could have bumped them up into the top 16 in the region.
They would have gotten the playoffs.
And OG shut out Kenton 41-0, and St. Mary's wins over Salina 35-0. So, with that being said, and we're going to take a look at some of the matchups as far as the Western Buckeye League teams. I think as far as the playoffs are concerned, Coach, 6 teams out of the Western Buckeye Leagues are in.
Yeah.
So it's a good representation for the Western Buckeye League, and we'll take a look at some of them matchups a little bit later. But first of all, I want to go back, and I think it would be an injustice, and for me at least, if we did not recognize the seniors
for sure
on this team, because now we're in a second season, we're one and done. We don't know if we'll be here next week. Hopefully we will, but let's recognize those seniors. And I'll tell you what, if this takes 10, 15 minutes, it does so. If you got stories that really kind of touches your heart, just share them, because I think our viewers would like to know that the quality of kids that you have on this program. You're going to lose 15 seniors when it's all said and done. And let's start out with Ty Keel.
Yeah, Ty Keel, he came to the program actually as a junior. He didn't play for a couple years, and kind of started on the JV squad last year, and kind of really grown into a tough football player. When he first came in, he wasn't exactly the toughest cat on the street, but he's really become tough. He's in there playing. Now and then he moved to safety, so he'll drop down there and act like a linebacker every now and then. He's stuck. If you think back to the Bath game, he stuck his nose in there on the Parlo Piano kid and made a heck of a tackle. So he's really gotten tough.
Sure, and then one of the defensive players that I enjoyed watching throughout the course of the season, and he just started to grow and come on as the season progressed, and he's peaking right now, probably at the right time, and that's Dylan Giesecke.
Oh, Dylan Giesecke, he's been playing great football for the last couple of years, but he's really a good football player. Like I said, forever, long body, just a great kid. He's fun to be around. He hangs out in my classroom all the daggone time. Can't get rid of him. But a good kid, and it just plays with a motor and a love for the game, and he's from a great family as well.
Absolutely. And how about Kyle Kogi?
Kyle Kogi, if you would have told me Kyle Kogi would be starting in tight end last year at this time, I'd have said probably not. He was a backup quarterback and seemed content with being the backup quarterback forever, but got in the weight room, got busy, and he's if you look at his body, he's a whole different kid. Right. And he's physical, and a lot of fun to be around as well. Deepest voice ever, too, by the way. Kyle's got a real deep voice.
Does he?
Yeah.
I think I'm saying this right. Craig Stutler?
Yeah, Craig Stutler. He came back out this year for his senior season. Played split end for us for a while. Broke his hand in practice a few weeks ago, so you're not seeing him as much anymore. Made a heck of a catch against Kenton. So was really coming along, and could come back later on if we keep winning.
Sure.
So.
And Brandon Bowers, your point after your kickoff and your punter.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Brandon Bowers. Honestly, the last 3 years, he's been our kicker. So it's going to be a huge loss when we lose Brandon because he's such a great kicker. But he's also a great safety and a great split end. And heck, the kid's an all-state track runner. I mean, he's that good of an athlete.
Right.
So.
And, of course, your quarterback, Gavin Reineke. Can't say enough about him and how he's run this
great kid.
team.
If you'd say one thing about Gavin, it's resilient. He always finds a way to get it done. I said there's been times I've been trying to fire you for years. But he's a great kid and always finds a way to get it done, and he delivers when it's time, and I really like the kid.
And I'm sure that this next player you'd like to have for another year. He's been injured most of the time of his career off and on, but he's coming on as of late, and that's Braden Hemmelgarn.
Oh, yeah, Braden Hemmelgarn. You're finally starting to see the Braden Hemmelgarn we knew who the football player all along. He's getting better in practice. He's been a lot of fun to be around this year. It takes coaching and just really fun to be around.
And this next player, we had an opportunity last year. I got to know this next player pretty good over the winter season because he ran camera for Rider Nation Station during the basketball season. Just a great kid, Ross Henshin.
Oh, he's also another one I can't get rid of in my classroom. Hangs out all the time. Good kid, man. He's a little bowling ball, a little muscle weight room guy, and he's having a great season. So I can't say enough about him. He's having a great season.
And your linebacker, Drew Danmeyer.
Drew Danmeyer is another guy like Kogi that if you would have told me last year he'd be starting an outside linebacker, I'd have said no way. And that's a testament to our off-season weight program and a testament to kids that will wait their turn and really stick with the program. A lot of times in today's day and age, kids will quit. They'll hang it up before they even reap the reward of being a player. So you're seeing it from Drew Danmeyer.
Absolutely. And, of course, we lost this player a couple weeks back with a broken ankle, and that's Tanner Howell.
Yeah, Tanner was coming into the year. We knew he was one of our best players, if not our best player on the team. He was an all-state linebacker, all-state everything. Kid's a tackling machine, maybe one of the best linebackers we've had come through here in a long time. Just a great fundamental tackler and a heck of a running back as well. So it was definitely a big loss for our program.
And Ryan Meyer at tight end.
Ryan Meyer had a great offseason as well. Last year you watched him block, and I usually close my eyes when I watch Ryan block on film. But this year, man, he's an all-league tight end, all-league level tight end. He's blocking an edge. He's got a frame that's huge, 6'5" frame, and last year he was about 6'5", 175. This year he's 6'5", 200. So he's actually moving people and having a great year.
Absolutely. Ryan Davis, offensive guard.
Yeah, Ryan Davis, he's just so active. He's been playing for guard for me for 2 years, and he's a great, active, fun to be around, jumps off the wall, excited kid all the time, and just a good kid to be around.
Stosh Potterson plays both ways for you on the O-line and D-line.
Seems like Stosh has been playing for about 100 years. He's been playing guard since his sophomore year, and he's such a physical kid. He's so physical all the time, and he's never has an off button. His motor always is going.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the anchor to your offensive line, and you know when you have your guards and your center back together, and they've worked together for a couple of years. Chase Jacobs, he's the anchor of the offensive line.
Chase Jacobs is definitely the anchor. Great kid, great student, great person. I think he embodies thinking and acting for others. Like if you need somebody to go pick a guy up, he'll be the first one to hop in his car and go do it. Just a great kid, and a great kid that you'd want to be around, and a great kid that you say down the road you want to date your daughter or something like that. I don't know about that, but I got 2 daughters. But this is such a great kid.
And finally, your last senior, he's come on as of late, Carter Sharp.
Yeah, Carter Sharp did not play football. Like I said, a lot of these guys haven't. Like they were out, and then they weren't out. So came back as a senior, and he's having a great year. A little wrestling guy that he's physical.
Well, those are the look of your 15 seniors. Of course, they're going to be missed, obviously. And you know they put their heart and soul into this program, and you know they're one of the reasons why that you're 8-2 headed into the playoffs.
Probably the number one reason why. They bought in and they've come together and they're really leading this thing.
Absolutely.
I'm just steering it. So.
Absolutely. All righty, last week, the Salina Bulldogs, we traveled over there to Bulldog Stadium. We come away with a 35-0 win. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Offensively, this is the Riders' first touchdown. This is Braden Hemmelgarn on a 34-yard run.
Yeah, it's a sweep. We got guards out front, and Hemmelgarn does his thing.
You know, from Zach and I's vantage point, we had no clue what was happening when he rounded the corner because we couldn't see. Everybody standing up, the players. But when it was all said and done, 34-yard touchdown. This next clip is the same view, but from the end zone. So you get a good look at him running down the sideline.
little better view. Yeah, there were a few times where we scored touchdowns on the sideline, and I thought we stepped out of bounds. So I was like, didn't know if I should send in the PAT or if we still needed to score a touchdown. So it is hard to see on that.
Yeah.
That sideline's tight over there.
It is. Mm-hmm. This next play is a nice run by Braden Sullivan. He gets into the act, and he's coming along as well.
Yep, you're seeing him on both sides of the ball really show up. And he's just a quality, smart, gritty football player, and you're seeing him do a lot of great things.
This is the Riders' second touchdown of the night. I think he scored on your first 4 possessions, if I remember correctly. This is a 10-yard run by Aiden Hinkle. He again. No, I'm sorry. That's Sullivan. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just another gritty run by him. Like I said, he's a gritty runner. He's a gritty defensive player. He's a tough kid.
Yeah, this is the touchdown run by Hinkle, a 10-yard run. Puts it in for the Riders' second score, and again, he just continues to get stronger each and every week, as we talked about throughout the year.
So we're exactly a year off of his ACL injury.
Really?
So he's really – it did take some time. You see it in the NFL. You see it everywhere. So he's finally getting over that mental hurdle, and he needs to keep getting better.
This is another nice run by Braden Sullivan.
It's just a straight dive. And like I said,
good second effort.
Yeah, great effort. And he's got – like I said, he's a gritty football player.
Ross Henshin, your fullback, trap play right up the middle. Good job by the 3 guys up front on the trap, open up the hole for him.
Mm-hmm. You're seeing the great double team, the great kick by Davis.
Just bowls over people.
Yeah.
Keegan,
self-explanatory,
yep.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Keegan Sharp gets in on the act. This is a 27-yard run for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Keegan continues to improve. He'll play split end for us. He'll play halfback, and he can run.
It's got to be nice as a head coach to have so much versatility there that you can move players wherever you need to, and for players to say, yeah, I'll do whatever it takes for us for this ball club to win.
First, I think we have great kids that understand the wing T, and number 2, we keep things simple. Mm-hmm. And as long as we keep things simple, kids can play
absolutely
pretty quickly.
Now, this is the first time I think all year we saw Jace Schaefer carry the football.
Yeah, Jace is
kind of surprised Zach and I.
Yeah.
And he picks up a nice game.
Yeah, Jace is a heck of a blocker. I think we kind of felt when we lost Tanner in the backfield that we were missing that presence as a blocker, and Jace, he can block.
Yeah.
So, but he also can carry the football. So he's physical, long strider. He's faster than what he looks.
Yeah.
He's got those long strides. He's actually a heck of a kicker too. So,
really?
Yeah. So.
This is another good run by Aiden Hinkle. Good second effort, just carries people with him, picks up the first down.
Mm-hmm. Just him being physical.
Colton Mabry, keep in mind, folks, he's just a freshman. He's got 3 more years wearing the blue and gold, and I'll tell you what, he gets better each and every week.
Yeah, he's really coming along, and he's a smart kid, very, very smart.
This next clip, Jay Schaefer gets his first Rough Rider touchdown, I believe.
Yeah, it wasn't a real great call down here on the goal line running the dive, but I thought, heck, Jace drove us down into the end zones. We'll let him get a carry. He's a great kid.
Put some pressure on your O-line.
Real good kid. If you ever met Jace, he's a real fun kid to be around.
This is a nice screen pass to Colton Mabry. He picks up a first down.
Yeah, Sullivan, actually. But
that'll work, too.
They look – numbers look the same. Yeah, those old eyes, I guess, right?
It must yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But that's a heck of a job by Sullivan setting that up. And definitely something we want to do.
And this is probably one of the only mistake probably that Gavin made throughout the course of the game. This is his interception. I think he had people open. I think you just put a little more air under it, and I think you got Sharp standing in the end zone. But it happens.
He kind of pulled up a little quick, and we were on him a little bit after the game and during on the sideline.
I think in that particular series right there, I think you ran 3 pass plays in a row.
We did. We were just working some stuff.
Working some things in.
And it's better there than in practice, I guess, because it's live pressure and live action. So, but at times he still needs work, so we have to continue to work it.
Absolutely. So. This is Colton Mabry. This run sets up a Rider touchdown, I believe, on the next play.
It's a good run by Colton, breaking tackles and running his feet, man. He said he's going to be a good one down the road.
And I think this is the very next play. I think Aiden Hinkle scores his second touchdown of the ballgame.
He does a little hop in here. But, hey, it's over the goal line. That's all that matters.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is a nice catch and run by Caden Sharp. He gets into the action.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, the Sharps are pretty athletic kids.
Yeah, they are. They're very
Nice
good
screen.
wrestlers, very good just in everything. If you see them outside, though, I mean, it'll be summertime and they'll be outside throwing balls around and all. They're active kids. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you hit the nail on the head, and you don't see a lot of that.
No, you don't. But those are the guys you see. Yeah.
And those are the guys that do that during the summer, get out and throw the ball and
Yeah.
find the time to work out and do things, are the guys that play on Friday
Yeah.
nights.
Sometimes riding skateboards or doing something like that. But
Absolutely.
who cares, you know?
This is good blocking just at the point of attack.
Yeah, it was a good trap run by Caden. Caden will continuously get better. He needs the weight room a little bit.
Absolutely.
He's kind of a little undersized yet, but he'll get better.
And when you look back in the second half of the Salina ball game, the Rough Riders had one possession in the third quarter, one possession in the fourth quarter, and it was over. So, we talked about it a moment ago. You didn't have an opportunity to get a lot of kids into the ball game simply because you had the running clock.
Yeah, the running clock didn't help, and we were trying to work some things that we felt that we needed to continue to do to going into the playoffs. So we would have liked to, but I looked up and I was like, there's only like 4 minutes left in this game. So at that point, it was like, let's just continue to work our stuff. And, yeah.
Defensively, you pitch another shutout. I think when I saw the season statistics, the defense is only giving up 8.3 points per ball game.
Yes.
That's about a touchdown a game. That's pretty impressive. And of course, as I said it last week, I'll say it again. They are the number one team in the Western Buckeye League defensively, and so they proved it again on Friday night. This is Braden Sullivan with a nice stop on a screenplay. Just read it real well, came up with support, and boom, done.
Yeah, just playing with I said he's gritty, so he plays with a motor and plays with a passion every single play.
This next play was just a host of defensive players just converging on the football. Great stop by the defense.
Yeah, it's great
Here they
team
come.
tackling. Yeah,
Woo.
great team tackling and guys getting to the football, and they're stressing it every day, pursuit and tackling. So.
Well, we're not supposed to mention this player, but I'm going to anyhow. Braxton King just continues, I think, to get better and better each and every week. And what a great kid.
Yeah, it's a new week. We can talk about him now. But yeah, he gets to the football and he plays, like I said, he plays with a live motor, and he's fun to be around.
I think on this next particular play right here, I think Braden Sullivan, I believe, would like to have his play over. I think this one goes through his hands.
Oh, yeah, he drops back and
I think
right
he liked
there. Yeah.
I
He
think
should have put on his safety shoes there, whatever, gloves or whatever.
I think he would like to have that one back.
Yeah, probably.
This is a big stop here by your D-line players, Stosh Potterson and Logan Compton. Logan's been playing well as of late, too.
Yeah, he rotates in there with Sharp, and yeah, it's a pretty good D-line.
And this is the same play just from the end zone view. And I got to tell you this. I wasn't a big fan of Salina's camouflage jerseys with black numbers.
Yeah, that's hard to see.
There has to be a rule on that.
I think
we address that in rules of the game.
I think it's we have a film we're watching where the guys have a white jersey with white numbers. It's crazy. So yeah.
And then it's outlined in the odd color.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's terrible. This is a sack by the defense.
That's just Gieske getting to he missed it.
Yeah, he missed it.
Yeah.
But he got him turned in.
He got there, yeah. It's just the whole D-line right there, honestly. I think it was a little
same play.
Carter Sharp, actually.
Yeah, same play, just from a different angle.
Mm-hmm. Just a good quick step by Gieske. You see that, as I've talked about it for weeks, using good hands and getting there, and Stosh and King and Sharp are all getting there. So.
Now, Gieske missed out on that sack. This next clip, he gets this one.
Yeah. Sacks are hard, though. I remember back, I played some defensive end when I was in high school, and you were always trying to get a sack, and it's hard to get a sack. And some of these guys get multiple sacks on the year. So
I think he's got 9, closing in on 10 on the season. So
it's
this
hard.
Is the same play just from the end zone.
I think that Salina kid's working all week on his pass step, and all week, So sacks are definitely a tough part of the game.
This next clip is just another defensive stop for a loss. I'm not sure how many yards Salina had offensively rushing, but it wasn't a whole heck of a lot.
Wasn't many, yeah. So this whole gang tackling there.
This is just nice pursuit by the defense.
It's the name of the game. Good tackle by everybody. I think that was Dan Meyer getting in on the action.
Braden Hamelgarn makes a nice play on this particular defensive play.
Mm-hmm. He's a very good athlete, like we've talked about before. And, he shows up a lot.
Wow.
He's showing up a lot more now.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It is very impressive.
Fighting off the block on the outside and making the stop.
Yeah.
This last one defensively, this is Brandon Bowers. This is the pick. And this is pretty much game over after this point.
Finishing it off. He caught it.
He did catch it.
Yeah, we've seen enough drops for the year. He caught that one. I think he had to catch that one. It was in his belly. So if he would have dropped that one, I think Coach Yeo would have been a little upset.
Well, there's no guarantees, but he did. But he did.
Yeah.
Special teams, pretty much routine throughout the course of the night. Now, I will say that was Bowers on the point after. I noticed from Bowers' extra points, it was like he put some power behind his kicks. He just kicked it and
it's better. He was having trouble missing some PATs. We've kicked so many of them here the last few weeks, but he had some issues here lately because he's been shanking a couple. And I said, man, you're really screwing these fat guys. These are the only positions. These are the only special team they play on. They're not getting helmet stickers because you keep shanking this one PAT every time. So I made the fat guys mad at him. So I think that's what worked. That's all I did. That's all we did is the fat guys were mad at him and they wanted a helmet sticker. So
did you get him a helmet sticker?
Yeah. They'll get a helmet sticker. We give them out tomorrow. So yeah.
This here's just good special teams play. Got a stop inside the 20, which, as we talked about, is always a goal for special teams.
It's a good high kick and great coverage.
Yep.
So
and again, when you force your offense to start that far away, your defense can do a lot of things. It's when you have a short field, things happen.
Yeah.
This is just another. It almost looks like the identical play, but this is just a different. This is a different kick. Another stop inside the 20-yard line.
Yep. I think it was Gieske or Compton getting in on the tackle. We actually started playing Compton on the kickoff team, and he had a really good night.
And this here again, just good special teams play.
Hanging a little bit there. A little colder nights, the ball doesn't go as far. So, yeah.
Well, that's a look at last week's season finale win over the Salina Senior Bulldogs, 35-0. And Coach Frye and I'll be back to take a look at the first round of the Division III Region 12 playoffs. We'll do that when we come back to the Bo Frye Show right after this.
Thank you for watching this edition of the Bo Frye Show, brought to you by Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods, American Legion Post 323, Fowler's TV, Eagles Lodge 767, Speckman Automotive, Ugly's Audiology, Rabel's Auto Service, American Manufacturing Solutions, VFW 9289, Ugly's Equipment Rental, Guarneri's Pizzeria, Vogel's Bake Shop, and Schaff Auto Sales.
Welcome back to the Bo Frye Show. Joe Hurlbert alongside head coach Bo Frye. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors that have made the Bo Frye Show and Rules of the Game and each and every game this season possible. So if you get an opportunity, patronize them, thank them for their support of Rider Nation Station, because again, without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, and that's bring you Rough Rider football this season. So we start the first round of the playoffs. I like to call it the second season, if you will. It's a one-and-done situation. When you lose, you come home and you put your equipment away and get ready for the 2022 season. But, as I mentioned at the top of the program, the Western Buckeye League have 6 teams in the Western Buckeye League. Elida just failed to make it as they got beat by Shawnee in double overtime. But in Division III, this is what we're going to look at. Division III, Region 12, of course, Franklin at 4-6 will be here at Grand Lake Health Systems Field on Friday to take on St. Mary's at 8-2. The number 12 seed against the number 5 seed. Then the number 11 seed, Dayton Dunbar at 4-3, will be at Wapak. The number 6 seed, Wapak comes in, they're 8-2. The number 9 seed, Shawnee at 6-4, will take on Cincinnati Hughes, the number 8 seed at 6-1. And then in Division 4, Region 14, number 14 seed Rossford at 5-5 will take on the Van Wert Cougars 9-1. Van Wert is the number 3 seed. And then in Division 5, Region 18, the number 12 seed Doylestown Chippewa at 4-5 will take on Ottawa Glandorf, the number 5 seed at 7-3. And then Lima Bath, the 11th seed at 5-5, will take on the number 6 seed Liberty Benton, who come in with a record of 7-2. And, Coach, we talked about the first 8 teams in the first round get home games. Mm-hmm. Then what happens after this?
Haven't thought that far.
do the top 4 teams?
Yeah, I believe it's the
get
top 4
round?
again. But if that one of the top 4 would lose, then the higher seeded team would get the home game. Yes.
So
I think I don't know.
It sounds about right, and that's what Mark's saying. Mm-hmm. So. Well, the Rough Riders are taking on a familiar foe. Mm-hmm. We've seen Franklin, I think, the last 2 years, mm-hmm. and so they come in with a record of 4-6 overall. Their head coach is Larry Cox. They play in the Southwestern Buckeye League, where they compiled a record of 2-5 in the conference. And then we got to keep in mind that they don't play well on the road, as I found out that they're 1-5 on the road. So we'll see what happens when they come here on Friday. Offensively, this is a ball club that averages just 15.9 points a ball game. Defensively, they're giving up 18.9. They lost last Friday night to Brookville by a score of 21-7 in their season finale. But they do have a senior quarterback, by a kid by the name of Drew Isaac, so mm-hmm. he's been there a while.
Yeah, I think it's some of those stats are misleading. It's a new coach this year, so their Coach Cox is bringing in a new system on offense, but it's the same defense. They're running a lot of that, and they've defended us very well for the last couple of years on defense. Same defensive scheme and same attack style defense, so we've had trouble with them that way. But they're a triple option on offense. So they've went from the spread to the triple option, so they're still progressively getting better at that, which at times they're very, very good at it. And at times they're still they're learning, yeah. So whenever you change a system, it takes time. So hopefully they don't figure out how to get it going completely
on Friday.
On Friday. But they're well coached, and I'm very impressed by them.
So even though they struggled this year again, I think they look forward to coming and taking on St. Mary's, because we've played them the last couple of years, and we've beaten them both times. But mm-hmm. So I think their dander's going to be up. They want to knock off the Rough Riders. Anytime you can do that and move on, it's an advantage for them. But you'll have your work cut out for you. For
sure, yeah. We'll have to continue to get better, and be a crying shame if we didn't, because I don't think this team's peaked yet. So.
Right, I agree. And the Rough Riders continue to get better and better each and every week. And I want to encourage folks. It's easy to sit at home on Friday night and watch Rider Nation Station, and in the confines of your chair. But I encourage you fans to come out and get in the stands and watch these guys if you're able. You've been there. I've been there. There's nothing like 3,000 fans in the stands rooting and cheering you on a Friday night.
Definitely. You could tell from last year to this year in general just how bad it was last year. It wasn't exciting. The excitement exactly. wasn't there. And especially around playoff time is when the town really starts to come alive.
Absolutely.
So, mm-hmm.
Well, again, we want to wish you the best of luck this week against Franklin as they come to Grand Lake Health Systems Field. Of course, Rider Nation Station will be there to bring you all the action. Join Zach Farrell and myself with all the play-by-play. For head coach Bo Frye, I'm Joe Hurlbert. Hopefully we'll see you here same time next week as we move into round number 2. But first, we've got to get by Franklin. Well, until then, so long, everyone.
Thank you for watching this edition of the Bo Frye Show, brought to you by Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods, American Legion Post 323, Fowler's TV, Eagles Lodge 767, Speckman Automotive, Ugly's Audiology, Rabel's Auto Service, American Manufacturing Solutions, VFW 9289, Ugly's Equipment Rental, Guarneri's Pizzeria, Vogel's Bake Shop, and Schaff Auto Sales. Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.